Yes, indeed, my people. We're back with another rendition of the Kick Rocks Wrestling Podcast. I got the full squad with me. Listen, I got the full boat right here. I got the full house here. Listen, JLC, DPJR, D Chef Justin. Listen, let's get down to brass tacks. Let's get this show started. Let's kick this party off right. Because Lord knows I was not as happy as somebody was happy about it, because it just don't hit my ears properly. But that's just my problem, because I'm a hater. Lord, everybody knows me. I'm the biggest hater in the United States of America. But apparently, Cleveland got a SummerSlam. I guess. You know what I mean? The best part about Cleveland is the dude on the show. That's the best part about Cleveland. Should I rant and rave and get excited? Maybe, because I might get to meet the chef for the first time. But listen, SummerSlam is in Cleveland. It's in Ohio. Chef Justin, what say you about the news, brother?
First and foremost, hello, all everyone in radio land and TV land, and live and in color.
Bonjour.
Yeah, bonjour, all that good stuff, right? To my brothers, welcome. Always good talking to you. With SummerSlam, I'm highly excited. The only worry is it already going to be snowing? That's my only worry, is what kind of weather, because we get all 8 seasons here in one day. So my whole issue is what's it going to be like in that outdoor stadium? It's on the lake. I'm telling y'all now, if y'all pull up, bring a jacket, because it don't matter if it's August, it's going to be cold on the water. So just be prepared for all the seasons when you pack.
Listen, shout out to Cleveland getting a SummerSlam. Shout out to just different cities getting SummerSlam in all seriousness. Like I said, SummerSlam to me is what I call it Diet WrestleMania, and I don't mean that as a knock. I call it Diet WrestleMania because they kind of treat it as such. Some could say you could stack up a SummerSlam card with a WrestleMania card and it would surpass. There have been SummerSlams that have stood up next to your favorite WrestleManias. So I think it'll be a great show. I do want us let's get through WrestleMania first.
Mm-hmm. Everybody healthy, right?
Let's get everybody healthy. There. Let's see if somebody's little tricep holds up. Let's
Uh-oh.
Y'all don't even know. Hold on.
I'm gonna make sure somebody picks up CM Punk from the airport, goes around the circle, and drops him back off at departures.
Yo, just shut that.
Get him out of here.
Yo, listen. We hope everybody gets there, arrives to your home state healthy, rested. I know it's Cincinnati, but I don't give a damn. I want to see a Joe Burrow sighting. I want to see a Myles Garrett sighting. I want to see everybody that represents Ohio to pull up. I want to see LeBron pull up. Mitchell. Yeah, I want to see Donovan Mitchell pull up. I want to see everybody.
You might see Bernie Kosar pull up. You might see.
Yo, listen, shout out to Bernie Kosar.
Hey, man, you might see Manny Ramirez pull up. You hear me?
Right.
Albert Bell.
Kenny Lofton.
Shout out to the great Kenny Lofton. Let's keep it a buck. You kidding me? But yeah, shout out to Cleveland getting SummerSlam. It should be special. Should be spectacular. Okay, one thing I wanted to kind of address and talk about is I always try to look for different things, different talking points that we could have on the show. And I seen a few people, and this is very interesting. And this is intriguing. There's a few people in the streets that were, the way they were kind of getting back at Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the icon, the one of one, King Midas, as I call him. Everything he touched turns to gold. He's not the genie in the lamp. He is the damn. He is the. You know what I mean? He's actually that big ass jewel Abu was trying to take before it all melted. He's that dude. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go deep because that big old ruby that Abu was trying to take. Listen, that's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Yo, what up, Manny? I bring that up to say is, now listen, it's might sound like hyperbole, but I'm going to say it slow so you don't think I'm trying to lead the witness here. People in the streets are saying Seth Rollins has had a better WWE career than Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
The blue hell said that.
Listen, I'm not making this up. I can show you the receipts. I'm just saying it's It's not as hyperbolic as you think, but I'm going to kick it to DP. What do you think about that? We're stacking up the totality of Seth's career versus the totality of The Rock's career, opponents, matches, championships. What say you?
In my opinion, the only thing Seth Rollins has on The Rock are matches in time. Other than that, he ain't got a snowball's chance in hell of comparing to the career.
Those two things have to mean. Those two things have to mean something, though, don't they?
Yeah, I mean it does, but at the same time, in the limited amount of time The Rock was there, look at the main events. He's a 10-time world champion, 2-time intercontinental champion, 5-time tag team champion. I mean, that should say a lot. I think he has 5 or 6 main events of WrestleMania. Seth Rollins doesn't have one. So there's layers to this. And let's not forget who he was around in the Attitude Era. This isn't simple. This isn't a simple math equation like, oh, there was only 2 or 3 guys. There was a litany of the best who were around in the Attitude Era, who he shined above, and he chose to leave. The only reason The Rock didn't beat Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania in 99 or 2001 is because Vince knew he was leaving. That's the only reason. That's the only reason. And we all know it. It's the fact, because he was gone. And why would you strap your saddle to a horse who's just going to ride off into the sunset? So he had to give it to Austin.
Fair.
That's the truth. It's the truth. It is what it is. And if you look at Seth Rollins, I mean, do people remember 2018? Do people remember 2019? He was the world champion for that too. Let's not forget, this isn't right now. We got to take it all into consideration. I'm not gonna, and that's not to say Seth Rollins isn't a phenomenal wrestler, because he is, but this is The Rock. This is The Rock. This is who it is. And we talk him amongst all-time greats, and I don't think Seth Rollins has reached that level yet. Rock was in all of our top 10s. Seth Rollins wasn't in one. Oof. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Stop. Go ahead, somebody else before I burn this damn laptop down. You hear me?
Yo, Chef, what say you, brother?
So I guess if I'm gonna play devil's advocate, even though I completely agree,
do tell.
If I run down my guy's stats, he's a Grand Slam champ. The Rock was not.
Correct.
He was the first NXT champ. The Rock was not.
Correct.
The greatest Money in the Bank cash in, to most.
You can argue one or two, but that is regarded as the greatest. It is. It's not mine, but I'm way in the minority.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. If we're gonna line them up bar for bar, The Rock, like he said, made our lists. As much as I wanted to put Seth on there, I couldn't. So right now, yes, he's wrestled more matches and he's had more championships. So it's hard, because if you're gonna go, analytics versus old school as far as how you line it up and do stats and not stats and numbers, and yes, The Rock was, he is the people's champ. He's an icon. He's a legend. He's electrifying. All of that. You rattled it off without even Wikipedia.
Off the dome.
What Rock
off the dome.
Did. So
it's what I do, baby.
Well, right, and so that's why if I'm gonna, play the other side of it, Seth's accomplished a lot. He's been in the E longer at this point. So at this point, he should have all the titles if he's, supposed to be that dude.
But he still has to be in the spot, though, Chef.
You don't necessarily that is the only downside, is he is not main evented yet, although allegedly they will this year. So he can put that on the list, whether it's night 1 or night 2. It'll probably be night 1 that they finish. Yes, he has not been a main eventer. He has not been on the level of a Rock Austin, right? He has not been on the level of a Rock Cena yet. So yes, if I tried to fight it, that's the only thing I would say is the Grand Slam championship of it.
Will Foster said the only reason why people are saying that is because Seth has been around longer. You said it yourself, Evan. Rock was only in WWE for, and I say 6 years, but it's about 8, but it's not. I say the short time to show you his impact, not to knock him. I show you, look what the dude did in less than a decade. That's what it's kind of. It's a compliment, not an insult. JMC, what say you? Has Seth Rollins had a better WWE career than The Rock?
I think there's two ways to assess wrestling in this way. One is what you do within the parameters of WWE only, and that people who are members of the WWE universe would recognize as accomplishments. Then there's like the mainstream appeal, right? And nobody with half of a brain would say that The Rock and Seth Rollins are even in the same stratosphere when it comes to like crossover star power or anything of that sort, right? So let's take that out of the equation and just say what Rock means to WWE. I probably like I grew up in high school, I wanted to be The Rock for sure. At this age of my life, and Rock was probably lowest on my list than anyone else. And I probably spent as much money as anybody on his merchandise, supporting him to this day, just because of what he means, who he is, mentality. I actually like the fit of his gear. I also think The Rock is a raging egomaniac narcissist, and I still love him. I think The Rock has silenced a lot of critics in a lot of ways because, let's face it, who has the world by the balls like that guy does? Very few people, right? And in the prime of his wrestling career, yes, he left for Hollywood, but he came back and did the Hollywood Rock thing. That might have been a little before his prime of acting, but his prime of acting was certainly 2011, 2012. He didn't have to come back and do basically a 2-year program with John Cena. Yes, he won the first match, but he ultimately put John over. He said, I came back for this moment right here. Then he doesn't have to do what he's doing now. Yes, he's probably getting $30 million, a member of the board, everybody's boss. He owns it all, right? But I mean, at the end of the day, if he didn't love this and if this didn't mean something to him, he wouldn't still get the goosebumps. He wouldn't still do what he does. Part of him will always love cutting those promos and being The Rock. I don't care how many movies you do. Nothing is electrifying like that WWE universe when they're giving it back to you and that instant gratification, that instant feedback. So I think The Rock silenced a lot of critics. I think what was expected of him as an in-ring competitor, he more than held his end of the bargain on the mic. Obviously, top 3 on any list of all time. What Seth Rollins has over him is probably being a more well-rounded in-ring performer, but that's just sort of signs of the time, right? This generation, everybody's good. It's a prerequisite now. It's a requirement. I mean, but Seth's one of the best. I will still put The Rock over Seth, but as Evan, I believe, alluded to, it's not as far-fetched as you think to say that they're pretty close, but it's for different reasons. And at the end of the day, I think Seth's amazing, but just based on what The Rock's done in the past several weeks, The Rock's he's the most compelling guy in this feud, and I think it's a problem. But maybe everyone else just needs to get their weight up, you know? Oh, and by the way, did I get cut off? Did I miss? I wanted to praise Cleveland a little bit because Evan, I know you started off a little tongue-in-cheek talking about Cleveland getting a SummerSlam, but one of my best pay-per-view experiences of all time, you and I got to see Triple H. Bad Blood. And was it the Gund Arena?
Yo, that joint was hotter than fish grease. Randy Orton, Shelton Benjamin, I think.
Yeah, the Hell in a Cell was it Triple H and Shawn?
Yo, that joint was crazy.
And that was when
Cleveland can make magic.
That was when it wasn't cool to be a wrestling fan. So that was right in between. That was almost Ruthless Aggression. It was right between Attitude Era and whatever Reality Era. So Cleveland will put on. We got a lot of talent came out of that city too. So I'm excited. And Evan, that's not too far. If you're home, that's not too far to drive, brother. I
know it. We did it before. Yo, shout out to Ralph. Yo, appreciate you for listening to the pod, man. You said we met in Philly doing the pay-per-view when I worked for the E. Listen, and we about to go back to Philly, brother. So what's really good, Ralph, for joining the show for the first time. I acknowledge you. To all y'all's points, great points. Lily kind of stumbled upon this thing, and I actually, before I lost my mind, because I almost ran out, and I just stopped. Then I stopped. I was like, that's not a bad take. To me, one of the greatest factions in history is the Shield. I don't think they get enough credit.
Based on what they degraded.
The Shield were great. See, listen, I push back on that because I'm mostly on an island when I say the greatest faction in history is Evolution, because to me it's perfect. It's too perfect. And everyone's like, "What do you mean?" I go, "Guys, I got Batista, Orton, Triple H, and Ric Flair. That is insane to me." It's insane. You can take your 4 horsemen and shove it up your ass.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's between those.
Evolution is a mystery. I go, you damn right. Dear Lord,
Evan, you didn't even turn that son of a bitch sideways. You just shoved it straight up the credits, brother.
I wanted to ease the blow. It's put it sideways. It's painful.
I'm going with the Shield, though.
The Shield, their impact, what they did, how they came on the scene. One of the only true factions that truly make you believe all went their separate ways, all did 3 different things. I'm telling you right now, you can walk around all you want, Moxley. If you ain't kicking yourself in the pants right now, look who about the main event both nights of WrestleMania. Are you crazy? If you think you doing better over there, but that's neither here nor there. Brother,
I got a question for you. Is if Dean Ambrose was still in the WWE, would you have more of a lean towards the, or you would still feel the way you feel about Evolution?
Now he the weak link to me in the Shield. That's me personally.
Careful, that's
but is it because he went to AEW? Is why?
No. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm not an AEW hater. I'm a hater of how they handle business. I'm a hater of how that company handles business. I never want a promotion that has that much money that could pay that many wrestlers to ever fail, ever. When I'm critical about AEW because of they can fail if they don't tighten up the way they handle their business. I don't want to see anybody that's out of work. But Lord have mercy. Shout out to Ralph. Big facts. My top 5 factions: Shield, Evolution, DX, McMahon and Helmsley. Bloodline. Bloodline's getting up there now.
Bloodline's getting
Bloodline, especially if they keep it together, no matter if it's a rendition of Solo, even if Jacob Fatu comes through, if they just keep the Bloodline idea alive, they can make some noise. You know what I mean? If they do different iterations. But to put a cap on the Seth Rollins thing, he's not had a better career than Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's career was so impactful in WWE, he was able to turn it into a movie career. That's the biggest part. I think that's we can act like they're not the same, but he doesn't become Scorpion King without WWE. He made such an impact. What's your point, Evan? There's a whole lot of people that was on Monday, a whole lot of Mondays, and they ain't get movie deals. There was a whole lot of people getting a whole lot of screen time with a whole lot of promos and a whole lot of storylines, and they did not get a movie deal. You don't just get handed a movie deal. There are people right now in Tinseltown killing themselves, eating ramen noodles, trying to get a movie deal. So what I'm trying to say is that man was so impactful and so great at his craft, and every time he had the mic, he made something happen, that Hollywood came a-calling, and they're still on the phone right now. He has them on 3-way right now. So my point is, and I told you, the thing that pisses me off the most when people talk about The Rock is he is disgustingly good in the ring. If you watch old Rock in the he's cold, man. The Rock is cold. He's a brilliant worker. He really is, man. He's a great worker in the ring, great storyteller in the ring, he can have a match. When he started getting older, it's tougher. You know what I mean?
You guys all know the story about when Rock and Hogan are staring each other down at 18, and The Rock is literally telling Hogan, "We're going to change this whole thing right now. Listen to me, follow me, kid. I'm going to tell you what to do," in a respectful way. But that's why that stare down. They were drinking in the moment, but they also did that because The Rock was like, "Whoa, you're babyface, I'm heel. Forget everything we did this week. Follow me." And on the fly, created one of the greatest matches from a standpoint of creating a moment. I mean, that was all The Rock. Hogan even says that. Wild. Yeah,
he's brilliant, but I brought this up to pick your guys' brain because it's not as far away as people think. Yo, Mag Squad, what it do, brother? What it do? Ralph, my mom made me dislike The Rock as a kid. She thought he was sexy, and she brought his book and made my dad jealous. Yo, Ralph got triggered from his childhood. But Dad, don't listen. Don't be faulting your lovely mother for understanding when she sees a handsome dude on the screen. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking, Ralph? When you were young, he's triggered, baby. Listen.
He was smelling that shit, boy.
Well, that's that dude. You know what I mean? So it's not as Mama. This was kind of a question for you gentlemen. Just be kind of compare careers that don't seem that never get compared to, and I think people are doing that because of the kind of the back and forth they had at SmackDown, where I think they are getting absolutely out class. Now, question, gentlemen, sidebar. This wasn't even on the rundown. Who gives a damn? Sidebar. It always branches out. Damn it! I make a tree, and then does anybody bitch if they plant a tree and then branches do what they do? Damn it! It's a tree. It's growing. Have you ever seen Fern Gully? Listen.
Hey,
listen.
Branching off like the bloodline. You hear me?
Yo, shout out to Fern Gully. Listen. So, okay. So, you guys answer this question to me. Is Cody and Seth, are y'all scared, or is the moment getting to you? It can't be that, because there ain't no way you gonna keep letting this 50-year-old man walk out in some custom made for my favorite fashion line of all time. I'm not a high-end fashion guy. There's only one high-end fashion that I love more than anything in the world. And anybody don't know, a lot of people don't know that. Heidi knows that. It's Versace. Obsessed. I mean, my closet would be full of Versace if I could afford it. Every single I'd have a shirt for 52, a Versace shirt for 52 days, 52 weeks a year, I'd have it. So every time The Rock comes out in some custom-made Versace shit, how do I know I can't get it? Because I know Versace well. That shit ain't on the website. I'm telling you it ain't. I'm telling you the stuff he's wearing is getting brought somewhere. He comes out and he cuts these promos. Are y'all scared? Is it fear? Is it the moment? Is it calculated? Because I'm sorry, Cody and Seth seem like shells of themselves when old Dwayne comes out here all old and shit. What's happening, man? Can somebody explain to me what's going on? What's happening, people?
It's hard to explain, because on the one hand, you have individuals like us that are watching it with keen eye. We got to talk about this shit and whatnot, and we're not having our interest peaked because we can see through what he's doing in the ring. Like last night, it's like, bro, if you're gonna cry, cry. If you're not, don't. Pick one or the other. I don't want to hear you fake cry, because you're talking about certain things in the ring and we can all see it through it. If you're gonna cry, cry. If you're not, don't. One or the other. Pick one. I don't want to hear that. I don't. You see, I did a very good impersonation of Cody Rhodes last night.
Damn.
Hard. Dude, drop some tears, you know what I'm saying? But then you see the Rock got lightning coming out with his entrance. He gets into the ring and there's just this aura. He ain't the only one with goosebumps. The world's in goosebumps, because even if he repeats himself, he does repeat himself a lot. He's a repetitive Rocky.
It was like a 10-minute promo. That was a lot of time.
It was a lot of time. He said shit like 271 times. So, Hey,
that's member of the board. Yo, listen, he could buy and sell your ass, David.
He could. Hey, he could buy me twice and sell my ass for 1.5, and I'll take it all. You hear me? At the end of the day, Cody's just not hitting home to individuals like us, but who he is hitting home to are those mothers and those kids.
That cannot be denied.
It's like a disconnect. It's a disconnect. And he's gonna hit the brick wall if he wins that title at WrestleMania. It's gonna be a brick wall, because there's gonna be some resistance, because if he does win the title, it's because of some fuckery off the bloodline that screwed over Roman Reigns unintentionally, because he's not going over clean. We all know that. There's gonna be some fuckery going on in that main event, night 2. It just is what it is. Or he's not going to win it at all. One of the two, because it's not beating.
I will lose. I've told you, if Roman Reigns wins this title, I will run out of Philly butt naked, like Speedy Gonzalez. I'm like, andale, and you'll see the trail of smoke. I swear to God.
Cody Rhodes, if you're gonna cry, cry. If you ain't, don't. But Seth Rollins, before I get off of here, young man, bring that same energy your ass brought last night on a SmackDown in front of The Rock. You bring that shit, because you was cooking last night. When Dwayne ain't around, your ass cooking.
See what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying?
It's like you forget what you're doing.
Think about that. Think about what you said there. That's the main point. Why were you cooking? Go ahead, Chef. Why were you? Go ahead.
He was cooking last night. He was cooking. But the last 2 SmackDowns, I wasn't with him. I wasn't with him. He ain't have my hand. He had everybody else. He had me. We wasn't walking together. I let him take that trip, that moonlight candlelit walk by his damn self.
So I'm starting to wonder if JMC's right and The Rock is controlling the narrative. And is he using his pull and his power to not allow someone to have a better promo than him in the moment?
Because, that's a very strong point.
That's a very damn good point.
He's standing in the ring with Drew, who's been cooking everybody, and it looked like the same Seth that we saw prior to The Rock showing up. So is The Rock dictating the terms of what they say? Is The Rock saying you can't be better than me in my promo? What is it?
He did acknowledge Roman Reigns, though. He did acknowledge Roman Reigns. You got to put that out there. I think it could be a little bit of stage fright as well. You got to take that into consideration.
I think all things are at play here, and I think that's a great point by Chef. Not just because he acknowledged my point earlier, but I think it's apropos because I have it on good authority that Brian Gewirtz, who's we all know is The Rock's right-hand man, wrote the Diary of Dwayne thing. Now, at the same time, look at the people that got a chant and they got a reaction. So again, guys, the core demographic that they're trying to appeal to is not us. We also have to remember that too. So, but the discrepancy is so great. I think two things are at play here. I think The Rock and his team are controlling a lot of the narrative, but also, you ever been in a math class and you're doing okay, you got an 80, 85, then you get into honors math or AP English, or you move up in class and it's just not as easy. They're dealing with, outside of perhaps John Cena, and I'll say The Rock's natural charisma is even better than John Cena's. Cena's just a genius at being a babyface who can talk. They are up against the most charismatic individual to ever set foot in that company. And I think they all, because it can't just be Brian Gewirtz, because Roman Reigns looks like a commoner next to this guy. Could it be, to Evan's point, could be the outfit.
It's the outfit.
I agree with you on that, but
it is the freaking outfit.
Yeah, I got my mic muted. Hey,
I think that's a part of it, man. But I think that The Rock's charisma is just a different level and a different class than these guys are used to. And Evan, that's why you say MJF isn't going to be doing what he does in WWE like he does in AEW against these guys. He's got to go up against these heavy hitters. So I think these guys are they're in uncharted waters because they've never been up against a force, a celebrity where everything this man says will get a reaction for better or for worse. So you are in a different league, and you got to step it up and have an off night. And by the way, Evan, and by the way, panel, the promo last night that Cody Rhodes cut was like highly regarded and praised. It didn't hit for me. Not by me either.
Not by me. I'm not as easy as other people. I'm sorry. I'm coming fresh off the damn Oscars. I'm coming fresh off the Oscars too. I demand more. I demand real cinema. Yo, shout out the Amazing Tribe for putting over my fellas in the chat. Thank you for pulling up for the first time as well. Giving my guys some love. So yeah, shout out to Amazing Tribe. And Amazing Tribe said it's definitely the outfit. Roman Reigns got to step up to look during WrestleMania. Yo, where you been at, Amazing Tribe? I've been talking this shit for 3 weeks. Where you been in the chat?
Every time
Listen, every single thing that JMC just said is that dude has a gravitational pull. That is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, whatever you want to say. And I'm gonna tell you who that wouldn't be working against: John Cena. In all his naked splendor. That would not work on him. He would not let that happen. He come to the ring with a butt naked with an envelope and still cook The Rock. And still cooking. This is ridiculous. It better be what Chef's thinking about. It better be what JMC's thinking about. This better be some pull. It better be some pull where they can't cook. But I don't buy that, man.
That's not. I don't buy that. That's not.
I don't buy it because I'm like, you have the moment, you have the mic. With all due respect, if it's live, if you got a moment and you got an opportunity, you need to take it. You need to take it.
But Evan, how many times have they been on the mic?
Mouth like he was a bitch? So he would let him
say it again. Hold on. Say it again, Chef.
I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, how many times have they been on the mic though, and they've come up short? We already talked about a week ago. Off of a 20-minute Instagram, they were on the mic and opened the show for 23 minutes and didn't say anything but diarrhea Dwayne. They confronted them on SmackDown on Friday really didn't say much. He smacked him back. Okay, cool. But really, nothing was really said. There was a confrontation. They really didn't get to cut a promo. They showed up.
You're making a good point, brother.
They didn't even get entrances. They had to come from the stands. No pyro.
Why did they do that? Why do we know why they did that?
What was the point? What was the point?
I don't know.
This does smack. Listen, shout out to Jesse Boone. What up? Finish the damn story, Cody. Listen, Jesse. Listen, shout out to my wife pulling up. Shout out to all y'all for pulling up. Listen, I don't mind Jesse Boone if Cody finishes the story. I don't mind. This is not what this is about. The only reason why I got to stick up my butt is it should have happened at SoFi. That's my only issue. So now y'all got to mess up old Mackey's flow, but that's not my point. My point is, Chef, the more you talk, the more it makes more sense, because the Seth Rollins going against Drew McIntyre, the Seth Rollins that had that great promo against CM Punk, that is not the same guy. And I'm never going to be convinced, as much as I'm trying to act like it, that Seth's afraid of the moment. That can't be the case. He's worked too hard.
The common
denominator is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and it might be some kind of, shout out to Kurt Russell, some kind of executive decision. It very well might be an executive decision where they got them dudes looking like a shell of themselves right now. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Oh, sidebar before I move on. Hey, Rock, you can't be talking about no 20-year kid gap. You can't be doing that. I'm gonna need you to stop doing that. Let me speak into the mic real slow. Next time you dissing somebody, you can't be talking about no 20-year child gap, because if I'm not mistaken, you in one right now. So don't do that. Don't do that. That's you. Let me talk to you. I know this dude did not talk about no 20-year child gap.
Hey, Rob, what do you want to talk about?
Yo, Ralph said, forget that one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish story. Yo, let's go, Ralph. Where you been my whole life, Ralph? Listen,
Ev, you know what did you and I talk about yet last night on WhatsApp? And let me tell, in case DP and Chef don't know.
Oh, pull back the curtain, show them who the real Oz is.
He went like this.
The Rock is petty enough.
Daddy, brother,
in his action movies, guys, this is confirmed by so many sources. He has a cannot lose clause in his movie roles where he cannot get bested in a fight. He has to give and receive equal amount or give more than he receives when it comes to getting his ass kicked. And
if that's a lie, tell me the movie where he's lost. I'll wait.
So what do you think, as a member of the board and someone who loves wrestling as much as someone who hasn't been there recently, what do you think he has worked into his WrestleMania contract? Is that really too much to think? And then Brian Gewirtz is the head writer of this whole thing, where usually was Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns not in full creative control over everything else?
Oh, you see, based on what you just said right there, now I'm going with Chef. If Brian's really writing this whole thing, this whole arc, then the Chef's point, he's writing those other guys that look bad. No question.
All I know, guys.
No question.
I own 10 shares, which is not a lot, but I own 10 shares of TKO stock, and they give reports, and they say that Brian Gewirtz has been brought on as head creative for several storylines. Which ones do you think those are?
Listen. Ralph says Roman is creating novels while Cody is handing out pamphlets. Shout out to your boy. Listen, Jesse said, "What about that movie with him and Jason Statham? He gets whooped." I go, he don't get touched, man. He don't Hobbs and Shaw. Come on, Jesse. Come on, Jesse. That's all you got, Jesse.
I guess Rock thinks we don't have Google. Google the 20-year age gap if you don't know what Evan's talking about, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, Google Rock can't lose clause, and you'll find 80 articles. It's a little strange. But
I'm starting to lean towards Chef, though, and what you guys are saying. I know it's a little too weird, because I've seen enough of Seth. I've been on this podcast how many times singing Seth praises for his increased promo ability. You're not going to make me think within 2 weeks he's regressed. The more I think about it, the more I'm agree with the Chef. But listen, y'all, let me do a smooth transition. Yeah, listen, that's why I bring this stuff to y'all's attention, because it's easy. Oh, shout out to the Amazing Tribe, John Cena. I'm slaughtering still competition. I got the whole block wishing they could run with the division, but they gone fishing with no bait. Kid, your boy whole way. I got my soul straight. I bust your mouth with Colgate. I'm finishing for you, tribe. I'm finishing for you, tribe. I know that's not.
Lay your ass down for the 3-second time.
But that's what I say before I go to sleep. I say that like I say my prayers. After I say, now I mean, listen, after I say the Lord's Prayer, I say the Saint's prayer. Listen. WrestleMania 40, there's been like a groundswell. There's been a whole bunch of people in these streets. And I mean, a whole bunch of people are saying, what the hell's going on? Should Bayley and Iyo be main eventing WrestleMania? This is BS. This is poppycock. How dare they? How dare they? They don't even know the card. they don't know if they aren't. I will point that out. But people are already assuming it. See, y'all telling on yourselves. Y'all already thinking they ain't main event. So how much do you really believe in these ladies? Because what if they are? So, but I'm gonna tell you right now, they're not. So just because, Lord Jesus, because this Mania card doesn't have that much to sink your teeth into, but they do have a few things to sink their teeth into, and those things to me have to end the show. But I asked you fine gentlemen, I asked the chat, I asked anybody that's watching right now, should Bayley and Iyo main event one of the nights of WrestleMania, preferably night one, of course? And if so, if yes, why? And if no, why? Go.
Does main event mean go on last?
That's what main eventing is. I don't give a damn this BS that Michael Cole's been doing.
Triple main
event.
Like...
There's no such animal. There's no such.
Everybody
creature.
gets a main event.
No. A main. It said main event. That is singular. That is not plural. It is one. Main event is last one match.
You say that.
Supposed to be the last one.
You and I both know. But so you know what I mean. Will Iyo. For example, you know how I know I'm right about that co-main event BS? Because if Sasha and Bianca were 2 or 3 matches before, no one we think it was hitting as hard. As far as thank you. I thank you very much. They'd be like, no, it's a main event. We swear. You'd be like, absolutely not. You'd be like, right. See, yeah, Jesse goes, the big one, the finale. We all know this. Everyone in the chat knows. Everyone on my panel knows. See? It's called I tell you, it's called propaganda. They try to make something, and then everyone just goes with it. That's what. But I'm not gonna do that. The main event is the last match. You know it, and I know it. Does Bayley and Iyo Sky belong in the last match? Yes or no? If they do, they do. Let me know.
Definitively no. The story isn't there. It's not meaty enough. It's not rich enough. To Evan's point, and I'm going to give Evan credit for it. If they could cut really creative, witty, scathing promos on each other, there'd be a little more meat on that bone. Perhaps, maybe. I think Bayley's a decent promo. I don't think she's excellent, and we know that Iyo can't do that right now. I love Iyo. I think she's a tremendous athlete. I think Bayley's underrated. I think all of the women's matches this year is a disservice to the division. I know there's been some injuries. Charlotte's box office, guys, whether you like to admit it or not.
Charlotte about to be back tomorrow.
The best women's match I've maybe ever seen was Rhea and Charlotte.
It ain't even close. It ain't even close. And that could have main evented, and it didn't.
Right. So, and I think they had I don't even love the Becky and Rhea story. I don't even know what the story of that is, but no, definitively no for me. It's just not there, especially with the star power. You can say whatever you want about the build to the other programs. They've been lackadaisical lately, but with the star power that's on that card both nights, how could you possibly say that should close either night? Come on, really?
Chef, what say you, brother?
No, it's not a main event. It'll probably start night 2, or
it better not start it,
or in the middle. But where do you put it, Ev? Like
where you just said
it's your champion, so you kind of have to either start it first, because in the past they've started out with rivalries first. They've started out with grudge matches. So I don't know. It's a tough spot because I've eloquently said it's not very interesting, and it's unfortunate. Bayley deserves flowers. She deserves to be on the marquee. Is she on the poster yet? Have we changed that? I don't know. So
damn.
it's and I guess it really should be a good story, but for some reason there's no traction to it, and maybe it's Evan's theory, and I'm not gonna trigger him about English speaking stars and nope, he don't get to talk. I'm just gonna talk my way through this, and he can't cut me off, and maybe he just won't go on the tangent again. So
say nothing.
Unfortunately, it's a product of who's in it and who's being used, and the fact that 3 out of the 4 faction members can't carry a promo, and so they have, thank goodness for Dakota Kai, and she'll be the brains of the operation and the one speaking for most of this. But it's kind of, they put the Shinsuke closed captioning in front of them for the last promo, so that's the best they're going to be able to do, because at some point they have to get in the ring and wrestle, but there's got to be a build to it. And that's the best they got right now.
Bayley is on the Bayley and Iyo are on the poster now. It looks like they replaced Brock. Logan Paul's on the poster. I don't think we even know who he's wrestling. Bianca is on the poster. I don't think she's even has a match yet.
Listen, Bayley, Amazing Tribe said Bayley versus Iyo Sky on night 1 could be second to last match, main event Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso tribal combat match before Bayley's match, then close with Cody and Seth versus the Bloodline. Ralph says night 1 because night 2 should be Becky Rhea. Listen, Will Fostud, you have to put it first, because I'm thinking the latter match is going to be on night 2, and then they want the crowd to be hyped for that. Listen, shout out to Stephanie for pulling up. Welcome to the chat. Bayley's booking was much better when she was a heel. Yeah. Main event Jey Uso versus Fire Marshal Bill, Jimmy Uso. Y'all made to try. Shut the hell up. Listen, shout out to Stephanie. Appreciate you for joining. Listen. Everything you guys say, this I told you. Y'all went on this damn show, so I'm not trying to do nothing to antagonize y'all. I swear, I'm just asking a question. I like Chef's opening the show thing. Listen, here goes my thing. Let me, because this is the show.
But he said night 2.
Listen, I can steal whatever hell I want on this damn show. Sometimes I keep acting like I'll be working for this damn company, but I don't. It's hard to get that out when they indoctrinate you a certain way. But I don't work for this damn company anymore. Let me tell you something. Listen, a great wrestlers. Let me say what Ricochet said to me when I talked to him in SoFi after I told him that dope spot that match with AD and all them when he shoulder blocked Braun Strowman and stuff like that, and he was like, "Oh, Evan, I didn't get that much opportunity." He goes, "But you know what we said to ourselves in the back of the locker room?" I said, "What'd you say, Pretty Ricky?" He goes, "We gonna say we don't care where they put us on this card. They are going to remember this match." That has stuck with me since last WrestleMania. I don't care where they put us, me, AD, Braun Strowman, whoever else was in that match. They had a little powwow and said, we don't care where they put us. They're going to remember this match. And I'm a firm believer in people need to stop coming on this damn social media talking about what people deserve and should have. That is a championship match at WrestleMania 40. It is your job. This ain't no time crunch. This ain't no edited because The Rock went over 20 minutes. You will get a match on that card. It is your job to make sure they regret not putting you in the main event. I don't want to hear none of this stuff, man. I look at women as equals. Everyone always talks about women's equals until they're talking about a woman, and then all of a sudden they're acting like they're this weaker sex. They should get this. I look at women as equal, truly. So as equals, they need to go up in there and tear the house down. Iyo Sky is one of the greatest wrestlers in the world, male or female. Bayley is one of the best in the business, male or female. I have no doubt that these two wonderful women will be able to put on a show either night 1 or night 2. They do not have to be the last match in the show. They don't.
So true. What has Bayley's character done, even as she's babyface now, to endear herself to the audience, though? She got turned on. But what has she done to make us like her or care if we're just looking at a character standpoint? We all know Bayley's lineage, so we love her, right? We remember the hugger. We know how good she is. But if we're just tuning in and she's a new character now, what do we know about her? Why should we care?
It's for this match is for her and everyone that's been riding with her. That's what this is about. So it literally is it's the deep cut. It's like it's that callback to all us loyal wrestling fans. It's not for casual. I'm gonna keep it real. It's not. Maybe that's why it's not connecting with people. This is for us. This is for the people that have been riding with Bayley since NXT. This is for the people that have seen the pictures of Bayley dressed up as wrestlers before she got to the business. That's what this match is about. That's what this match is for. This is what it will equate to. Shout out to Ralph. Yeah, listen, Ralph. Every now and again, I spit a nice 16, Ralph. So I appreciate you. Amazing Tribe said Trinity and Naomi needs to be on the WrestleMania 40 card. He said Trinity. Naomi needs to be on the WrestleMania 40 card. Nate, shout out to Nate. I could be wrong, but I have a feeling that Stone Cold is going to be at WrestleMania and him and The Rock will have a face-off. Wait a minute, Nate. Where you get your information, Nate? You gonna pull up to the show for the first time? You ain't say hello, how you doing, good evening. You gonna drop a bomb like this and then dip? You gonna pull up and mention Stone Cold Steve Austin?
He just said he had a feeling. He didn't say he had inside info. He didn't say he talked to the man. Too, Ralph. He did pull up kind of rude though.
Yeah, Ralph was like this. Yeah, I'm definitely loving y'all's podcast. Y'all getting the new fan, and we love you, man. Yo, appreciate but DP, what it do, brother? Thoughts process. I probably know what your answer is, but I still want to hear.
You already know where I'm going with this. At the end of the day, they have earned their spot. Should it be a main event? Absolutely not, because you have The Rock on one night and you have Roro on the second night.
So
where do you fit in? Where do you fit in? You ain't kicking either one. If you ask me, you ain't kicking Cody Rhodes off either night either. So you got
heaven forbid they do that.
Hey, you got these individuals because the babies will cry. They will cry.
Listen,
look at the Rock concert, Memphis, Tennessee on Friday. Holla at your boy. He about to tell you about them damn Cody crybabies ruining a good thing for the old folk around here. We was expecting something. Damn, gotta wait a whole, like Evan said, we gotta eat.
Oh, listen, Nate just said, sorry, everybody, my apologies. Hello. Well, thank you for saying hello. You can't you can't say Stone Cold. You can't get us excited about that.
Absolutely. But at the end of the day, they've earned the spot and they should be probably in the middle of night one, and then steal the show. Make them sorry for putting you where they did, because that's what Rhea and Charlotte did. Bruh. That's exactly what Rhea and Charlotte did. And they stole the show. And that's all anybody was talking about.
I was there, bro.
Invented that night.
Bro, I was there, bro. I am telling you right now, because that's my favorite thing to do. That's why I go to the live shows when I can. I prefer commentary on sporting events, all sporting events, even WWE, even AEW. It's hard for me to watch a wrestling match with no talking. So I go for the crowd. That's the only reason why I go. No bullshit. So I left and I always listened. Man, they were talking about that match way more than a lot of other matches. Charlotte Rhea. That's all I was hearing. So you make your moment. Listen, Amazing Trial said Diarrhea Dwayne versus Cody Crybaby. That's hilarious shit. Sound like an episode of Happy Day series. It does, man. But I ain't gonna let you come up on here for the first time, Amazing Trial, and start saying Diarrhea Dwayne. I ain't gonna let you slander an icon, brother. How you gonna creep up in here and slander the owner of Terramana Tequila? You know what I mean? The owner of that Patapui, like that beauty product. You know what I mean? I ran to Target like a mark and got some of that eye cream. You know what I mean? But that's what I like, a mark. Like Marky a funky bunch. But listen.
He has an ice cream brand too.
You hear me?
All right, Rock, comment. I ain't eating none of your funky ass ice cream. No, now Easy does it. Now can't everybody do ice cream now? Easy does it, brother.
I may or may not have jumped in his DMs trying to collaborate on some food.
Ralph, are you the I want to point. Let me give
Ralph
a special.
With the first donation.
That's what I said. Let me give Ralph a shout out for Mackey's first donation to the show. I get to give my guys each $5, a $5 split. Shout out to Ralph paying. Listen, keep the lights on. Listen, Amazing Tribe said that Terramana Tequila is good. No, listen. Hey, sidebar, since the chat's taking it there. Listen, the thing about The Rock is not just because he has star power. When you're a star, you still have to make right decisions, right? So, in all seriousness, he gets with the right business people, and he actually makes the right decision because his name is on it. He doesn't do things. He doesn't. Shout out to Jesse says you got us on payday. Real talk. Listen, so like what I love about smart people, everyone's like, it's The Rock. I go, well, The Rock can be picking a lot of terrible products. That Terramana Tequila is actually a pretty good tequila for the price. 27 bucks for a bottle of tequila next to the competitor. See, then you go to the beauty products. Everything's $9.99. Do you know how much people be charging for these beauty products? They be charging an arm and a leg. So then you go to the energy drink. Then you go. Now the only thing you can't skimp on is that damn Under Armour. That damn Under Armour.
Hey, that's expensive now.
See, but to my point is, what did Rock do? He teamed with Under Armour. You know what I'm trying to say? Like the dude is smart about who he links with. He's not a dum-dum. So I'm talking about his ice cream. It might be good, you know. it might be good while I'm talking my trash. But listen,
and that skincare was gone. I'm trying to tell you, y'all, that mug was gone. There's like about 10, 15 of them Jones left. Look, everybody ran to Target.
Listen, shout out to Ralph, man. Extra shout out, man. You know why I like Ralph now? Because he broke us off, but I don't hear the name Ralph too often. You know what I mean? When's the last time you heard the name Ralph? You know what I'm trying to say? Under Armour profits still go crazy in my legendary Dave Chappelle voice. Amazing Tribe, you ain't wrong. Listen, and if y'all remember, I don't know if y'all remember this, if you guys ever went to a discount store, like the discount Under Armour, when his clothes first came out, they used to be 40% off, yo.
They still are. The one at Hershey still gets them. It's wild.
Project Rock. Me and Heidi ain't got a 40% off Rock item in a coon's age. You know what I'm trying to say? Wow.
Hey, I saw some Project Rocks for $99.99 though. The mugs was nice too. They were all white though. I got kids, baby. I ain't getting nothing all white around here.
Listen, you better take care of your kids. You better clothe your children first. Listen,
you already know what it is.
We've been talking about WrestleMania a little bit, and we've been talking about certain things. And I guess wanted to pick you guys' brain about the build of WrestleMania. Are you now? We're all gonna watch WrestleMania. Hell, it's $5 on Peacock. What the hell we doing? Like, stop acting like things have changed in these streets. You know, it's almost like you foolish if you don't watch it. It's on you. You got Peacock, so just watch the show. But what I'm trying to say is, yo, Chef, you good with the build? Are you excited about WrestleMania? You don't sound excited when we talking about this stuff. Are you excited? Where you're at right now? Because we real close.
We are very close.
We right there, man.
I'm conflicted about the card in general. I mean, if we go back to what are we doing, we got a ladder Texas tornado tag turmoil because no one is good enough to stand against the Judgment Day tag match, right? I accurately predicted that Sami Zayn would get the rocket strap to his back.
No question. Weeks ago.
He's probably going to lose to Gunther, and they're going to keep that rolling. We've all touched on different people. Bianca doesn't have a match. There's no story. She's not beefing with anybody. She's not in the running for a title. You got Nia Jax beating up everybody who's supposed to be fighting Rhea Ripley. You got just Chad Gable, which, by the way, Chad Gable's shoulders were not pinned on the ground
that part.
So you got that, right? We got Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits up against a group that seems to be, they're building up to be monsters, but I still am not sold on whatever Karrion Kross is supposed to be. He's got enough. He's growing his hair. He's growing his hair out to the point.
Yo, this dude is trash, boy. This dude is trash.
He kind of looks like a beefed up Last Samurai. Like he looks like a guy who has way too many muscles and is trying to be like a Shogun. Shout out to Shogun. Great show, by the way.
Listen, Hiroyuki Sanada pulling up on these haters. Yo, it's Karrion Kross. You are doo-doo.
I don't know. Yes, we're going to watch WrestleMania. And now we get CM Punk. You know, he's showing up. Is he showing up to mess with Drew? I don't know. Is he going to club him? Is he going to fake an injury and cost Drew the title? There's so many different things that just have no. I don't know what's going on, guys. What are we doing here?
Listen. Shout out to Beefed Up Samurai Wife. He said, putting the boy over. Amazing Tribe said it's blasphemy that Bianca Belair doesn't have a feud. Listen, now it was looking like Stratton and her. We know that We know that would tear the house down. We know Stratton and Bianca don't need much of a build. They don't need a title. They don't need a stipulation. Where I like to put the feet to the fire of World Wrestling Entertainment, TKO, whatever the hell you want to call them now. But I like to really call their bluff on their initiative for women's wrestling. I love to see where their head's really at. That Tiffany Stratton and Bianca Belair versus Naomi, they don't really need much of a build. They really, you can just make that match. You really could. You can literally do something that's just as simple as Tiffany Stratton calling out both them ladies and being like, yo, you're old news. I can prove it. And I can prove it at the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. Everybody in this chat would be cool with that. Yes or no, chat? Everyone will be cool with it. Tiffany Stratton being like, you know what? Yeah, you had to come back because you couldn't hack it somewhere else. Bianca, yeah, you're not in the main event because you need me to get at WrestleMania. So you know what? I'll do you that favor. Like, are you kidding me? Like that I'd watch a triple threat with Naomi and Bianca and Tiffany Stratton. Who wouldn't? Let's be real. Listen, Heidi went back to Karrion Kross. She gonna shave your head, bro. Shave your head. Shave your head, bro. Ralph said, listen, short and sweet. Exactly. Let's keep it real. If you want to get her in WrestleMania, if you want to get her at Mania. However, listen, DP, what say you, brother? Excited about the build, hyped about it. We watching the show. This ain't about not watching the show. We don't come on this podcast and pretend like we ain't watching.
I'm watching. It's a solid 7. I'm not terribly excited for anything because, to you wonderful gentlemen's point earlier, only only 25% of the main event of night 1 is carrying their own weight. And he's doing his best job against Eric. So you have that. But the things to go along with the rest of the card, they're starting to come together real nicely. The thing is I'm going to need Jade Cargill to pull up one of these days. We're going to need you at WrestleMania now. Yeah, you can't be in developmental forever. They paid your ass for a reason. I'm really excited about that 6-pack ladder match. That's gonna be some crazy shit going on.
It's just like, nah.
Yeah, I'm excited about that, boy. Watch, it's gonna be some wild shit.
Listen,
I'm ready for some wild shit. At least once in a lifetime, and then plus you get to see Finn Balor going in another ladder versus another ladder at WrestleMania, so he can redeem himself.
I just need one set of belts. One set of belts.
Yeah, enough. Because I know people are weird with the 2 titles, like 2 championship titles, but I always need 2 when it comes to 2 brands. So I'm cool with that. That tag title is a different story. That we listen, smash them together, create a new one. Because there's 2 titles I hate the way they look. It's that Intercontinental and it's that tag team. It is terrible. I hate the way. I freaking hate it. But listen, anyways, Nate said I really want to see Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill at WrestleMania. Yeah, it's too early. And Jesse goes, but where's Jade? Let me tell you what Jade's at, and it's not a knock. She's just not ready though, Jesse. She's not ready. They have to get her to learn the WWE way to wrestle. And they before they put her on that grand stage, she's too much of a commodity to have her have egg on her face. So they have to protect her and make sure she knows how to wrestle and work safely. If I'm wrong, she'd be at 40. She's not ready, and that's not a bad thing. People always think that's a bad thing, like when they throw a quarterback in when they're a rookie. I don't necessarily always agree with that either. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to be ready, and she's not ready just yet, but it's coming soon. You can't hide box office forever. Amazing Tribe, Evan Mack, Word Up, and Naomi, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, the new faction, Team Bad, Beautiful and Dangerous, aka the Glowest, Storm premiere debuts. Listen, I'm with all y'all in this chat right now. Jesse said, I get it. Heidi said she looks fantastic, but she needs to train. That's all. She looks like a superhero because she is a damn superhero, babe. She
just needs reps.
She just needs reps. And I'm not listening. If you guys, they're not going to throw her out there. This is not just because of egg on her face. It's for safety for herself and her dance partner. This is guys. I'm telling you, they take that stuff very seriously down there, and they just want to make sure she's the best she can be, the best foot forward before they throw her in that main event. But make no mistake, she'll be at that main event. JMC, how you feeling about WrestleMania, brother?
First and foremost, Jade is already on a lot of the WWE production trucks. She's going to be the face of that division for a number of years to come. While Bianca's still in her prime, while Charlotte's still there, while Rhea's still there, because Rhea's very young, and there's such a bright future ahead of her. They cannot afford. They're going to invest a lot in her, and they can't afford to have her start off on anything but a stellar foot. So don't worry about Jade; she's coming. I've been on record on this show so many times of saying that Cody, especially Seth and Drew, have been doing the best work of their careers. And went from being so excited about the build and the programs and the potential of WrestleMania 40 to being very disillusioned and disappointed for a number of different reasons. I don't think we know the U.S. title feud. I don't think we know what we're doing for Randy Orton, but he can't afford to take a pinfall right now. I don't think I want to be excited for Cody, but I just don't feel it right now. LA Knight and AJ Styles, who none of us have mentioned, is an abomination to both guys. That's a SmackDown main event, not a WrestleMania feud.
Bruh.
It's disappointing because you could have easily put LA Knight against Logan Paul and done something really special there, I think. And of course,
no-brainer.
There's always going to be somebody, and I think this year it was looking like Sami Zayn until Chef's prediction came to fruition. But there's always someone that's going to be left in the dust or that barely gets on the card. And Evan, to your point about Ricochet earlier, that match, other than Rhea and Charlotte, that Ricochet was part of, was one of my favorite catch can style matches of the night. It was excellent. Ooh. And there's some every match serves a purpose or tells a story, and that match was just like, get some guys on the card, get them a Mania payday. Let him tear the house down with just move after move after car crash after move. I think that's what this tag match is going to be. And if that's what the purpose of that match is, that's fine. But that's 12 guys in the ring. That's a lot of real estate. And I'm worried about everybody sort of getting their time, but it is what it is. I don't want to go too much on a tangent, but I do have a few other things to say. I think if you told us that we were getting Roman Reigns, The Rock, Seth Rollins, and Cody in some capacity in this main event for WrestleMania 40, you'd be ecstatic and over the moon. I think if you said we also have CM Punk and Drew McIntyre at our disposal, Brock Lesnar in the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time, and then it shows you that you don't know what you got till it's gone. You can't count your chickens before they hatch, and a million other cliches. We went from that to then saying this is what it's going to be. I was, after the press conference that you attended in person, Evan, I was like, this is something special. This is unique, and I was a little lukewarm because I wanted to see Roman and The Rock. And I think if someone said, okay, in a month before WrestleMania, this is where we're going to be, I think everyone would be disappointed with the creative and the storytelling aspect of it. It's Mania. The event itself will be a spectacle. It'll be spectacular, must-see television. And even if we didn't have a Peacock subscription right now because of good old Ralph, we could afford it, and we appreciate that. So I'm going to remain cautiously optimistic. But I think based on the way that the table was set, the meal is now looking very underwhelming. And that's disappointing because we had a lot that I was looking to feast into. And the only other thing I got to say, Karrion Kross fucking sucks. I don't think I've ever seen a guy with
JNC. Tell me again. I don't think the people behind me heard you.
Karrion
Kross
fucking suck. Karrion bitch ass Kross. I've never seen someone whose facial expressions I hate more. You got the entrance. You got the valet. I know that's your actual wife. You got the faction. You got the comeback, and you were wronged by the system, and you can't get over it. Well, I'm angry all the time, but no one believes it. It's such bullshit. And we don't swear that much on this show. If you're a new viewer and your kids are watching, I'm sorry. But I think there is no one that is more overrated right now than Karrion Kross. I think he is terrible.
I actually want to piggyback on this. I want to keep going.
Oh, keep it rolling. Keep the dice rolling.
So he went from his finisher was a cheat version of it. His finisher went from a cheat version of Will Ospreay's where he hits him behind the head with a forearm, right? To I just was watching SmackDown. I was like, did he just go pump handle, flip him onto his shoulder, struggle to do so because Bobby Lashley's a tank. So he's not even So he went pump handle, flipped him up to the shoulder to do a weak F5.
That was an F2.
What are we doing?
I've
Zero.
watched Twister before. That was not what killed Helen Hunt's family in the beginning of that movie.
It was a water spout.
Breeze.
Wait, F-Zero was a pretty good Super Nintendo game. So sorry, Chef.
Shout out to F-Zero.
Great game.
Yeah.
Great game.
Blue Falcon for me, daddy.
Yeah, that's a great one. But he is garbage.
You. I'm sorry.
Listen. No, we're good. Listen, this is Growing Up Punky. Listen, Amazing Tribe. Naomi Nefertiti outfit was looking very beautiful, neutral, and Bianca told her in the backstage promo about Naomi not knowing what Bayley put in her women's divisions through. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Heidi goes poor Cross. Amazing Tribe says Captain Crunch Cross. Nate says Bobby Lashley's new faction is pretty good with BFAP. Yeah, but
but they need to
they need to do
you know what they need? They need trio titles.
They have with that dude.
You know what's interesting? You know what, Chef? You know what's interesting, man? Maybe they do.
They need trios titles. I can already name. Hold on, I can go in order. LWO. What is it? Phantasma. El
Fast.
Right. You can bring back the club. If AJ act right, there's another trio. you got Bobby Lashley. Hold on, you got Bobby Lashley's trio.
Damn.
You got Alpha Academy. You got there's plenty of teams that have 3. Bloodline has more than 3.
You're not wrong. You named like 5 teams.
If you put the tag division on one show and the trios division on the other show, I'm all for that. That's great.
Listen, Nate. You better listen. Are you trying to diss or you trying to give props? He's Angelo Buckets. Reminds me of D'Lo Brown.
Did he just say
Listen,
that?
I just want to know where you're coming from. Is this slander or is it? Are you complimenting here? We gotta have a chit chat.
Wait, Ralph, who do I need to acknowledge? I need to acknowledge Cody or the tribal chief, because I acknowledge my tribal chief every day. Even when Evan doesn't like his outfit, I still acknowledge the chief.
Hey, listen, chat. Listen, a lot of people new to this damn show, which I really appreciate. So I'm gonna ask y'all: does Roman Reigns need to put on a suit? Does Roman Reigns need to put on a suit in order to fit in next to the gravitational pull that is Dwayne The Rock Johnson, or is he okay in his funky ass track shoots to be wearing every single Friday? Yes or no?
Maybe The Rock should put one of them funky ass t-shirts that he got in the WWE shop on going in with the bloodline. How about that?
Is he ever think about that? No, The Rock's already set the tone. It's too late.
Or the only other way, if he did that,
gotta go shop his side sheet, the exclusive line.
If he did that full pivot and was like, and like you said, if Roman was like, man, you gotta dial it down, Rob. We're chill around here.
I forgot. Me and Jay talked off camera. I figured out a way to I came up with a dope ass idea to switch the narrative. And this is what I said. Damn it! Listen, what y'all tapping the show. Tap this. Like the Roman needs to come up to the Rock like on camera and be like, yo, listen, bro. With the bloodline, you got to rock with the bloodline. You know, we wear Jordans. You know, we wear tracksuits. You know what I mean? Like you said, which in a way to get the Rock to conform, and Rock be like, okay, yeah, my bad.
I think we did talk about that on camera, because didn't I say he could be like, oh yeah, I got my own line anyway. You don't have that yet, do you?
Yeah, and then the Rock comes back the next week and be like, I got y'all some custom made Project Rock stuff. Like, come on, it's right there.
Right there. You mean what I did for 20 years before this? Oh, okay. I got it.
Yeah. It doesn't look right. If there's gonna be
Ralph said, listen, Ralph with the pushback. Ralph said Roman is the culture right now. It's all about the kicks. The outfit doesn't matter anymore. I listen, I like the pushback. You smoking crack, but I like the pushback.
Hey, Rob, you been hanging out in Arizona?
Yeah, you from Scottsdale, Rob?
Yeah, you in Scottsdale.
Or Glendale.
Glendale.
It was Glendale, yeah. We'll make Ralph take that $20 back now, damn it.
Look, Ralph, come on, Ralph. Don't we get no refunds, baby? Listen. So, but I like to push back though. But I'm from West Philly, like Will Smith. Listen, West Philadelphia, born and raised. Don't be bringing up Will. The embargo is not lifted on his tomfoolery he did to Chris Rock. I put him on timeout. I have put Will Smith on timeout until Bad Boys 4. Until Bad Boy 4 is dropped, because I can't be a hypocrite. That's when the embargo is lifted. That's when, because I'm pulling up.
You already know what we at here, man.
You know I'm pulling up for Bad Boys 4. Listen. Before we wrap, let's Amazing Tribe. As I said earlier, Roman Reigns got to step up the street gear promo outfits. I'm with you, Amazing Tribe. On a real note, on a serious note, I try to make it a joke because it's funny to me, but I literally mean aesthetically, he looks a little bit out of place standing next to an icon. And I just think it'd be dope if either they did that idea that we talked about, or Roman shocks the world and puts on a damn suit.
Once he was acknowledged, that was the perfect time to make that pivot happen.
Yes.
Once Roman, and again, we said on this show, if you're new, we said Roman's nuanced performance with his facial expressions until The Rock acknowledged him was so well done, brilliant acting. All he had to do then was like, now I finally feel accepted. I finally feel like the tribal chief. Let me eat, or like traditional Samoan tribal chief garb.
Something like that.
You got
something different.
Because he
give me
looks out of
something
place too.
Yes, give me something different. Nate goes, I was at Raw last night. Shout out to you for being at Raw last night. Chad Gable should have won that gauntlet match. That's the story. That to me, that's the story. You got Sly Stallone around the corner. It's a great little cool promo packages with Sly Stallone. You can even recreate some old Rocky stuff with Stallone doing. You can make it tongue in cheek. You can make it serious. You can do it uplifting. You can play the old Rocky music. WWE has unlimited amount of money. You can then have Sly Stallone go out to ringside to give him motivation, whether he wins or loses against Gunther. I just think that'd be kind of a cool moment. It would not hit the same for me if it's Sami Zayn. The moment has passed. They already made the poster. When I see them make a poster, I'm like, oh boy, I don't know they're gonna edit the poster and put another face in because it looks like it's pretty set.
None of us think that Sami is the one to break Gunther's record, do we?
No. But what WWE has been doing a lot lately, and what we have been calling them out on this show, is a certain individual who's not there anymore would stick to his guns. They keep making a decision and going back on the decision. So if you made the decision to go with Sami Zayn versus Gunther, go with Sami Zayn versus Gunther. Don't let a little pushback come back and all of a sudden we're making it a triple threat match. Make your decision. Make a decision and live.
Because Triple H hired Karrion Kross twice, and Karrion Kross, you fucking suck.
Yeah. Hey, hold on. JMC. One more time. I'm not sure we know exactly who you're talking about. And
I definitely don't know who he's talking about.
Who fucking sucks?
Karrion bitch ass Kross. You don't just suck.
Does he not have the worst finisher in the
fucking
WWE?
Suck. Your facial expression, your finishers. Off is the direction you can fuck.
Yeah. Goosebumps. Yeah. I'm like this. Listen, Ralph says, spoiler alert, Brock is back on the Trucks and Active Wrestlers page. Gunther versus Brock might happen. Oh, I can assure you, if they are warriors, and they goes, damn, listen, if I can assure you, if they got Brock back, then Sami won't even come close to winning, because that's Gunther's dream opponent. And I think a man that's given to the business deserves to have his dream opponent. Amazing Tribe goes, JMC a menace about Captain Crunch Karrion Kross.
I don't think I ever divulged how much I can't stand this dude.
Yeah, listen. Tell me how you really feel. Good Lord, have mercy.
I respect every wrestler and everyone who puts their body in the line, man, woman.
Of course you do. You're not talking about that. Oh, come on, Nate. Don't be coming here with no yeets. Come on. We almost made it to the end of the show. Yeet.
No yeet.
The two people I dislike the most in this industry are Karrion Kross and Chris Van Vliet. Oh, my God.
Yo, come on, Amazing Tribe. Come on. No yeet.
Whoa.
Yo, the yeet train has begun.
Those are my kind of guys.
Son of a biscuit.
Hey, I'm just trying to figure out. Chat, help me out. What the hell does him saying I'm gonna knock the yeet out your ass? What
it doesn't mean anything.
And that's yo. Listen. Here go Amazing Tribe. Yeet mania running wild, brother. Listen. This is my problem with stupid stuff.
Have mercy.
This is my problem. DP's with me on this. What the F are you talking about? I swear to God, I swear to God,
Stop.
I can't stand it. I'm gonna knock the yeet out of you. Can't just say whatever you want to say. What are you talking about? I'm gonna knock the yeet. The crowd was like, "Ooh!" I go, "What do you mean? Ooh!"
It was awful. Like, come on, Jay. What do you mean?
Listen, Ralph said, listen, Rikishi said, no yeet, we all eat. Holy free holies. Oh my God, yo. The yeet, listen. Yo, Amazing John said seasons yeeting. Stop it!
That's pretty funny though. That's pretty good.
Yeeting for a beating. How about that?
I hate all of y'all. Listen. I swear to you, I have stuff lined up that we never get to. I think next week I'm gonna start it at the top of the show. I swear.
You can try.
I tried last week.
Yo, Lucci, you have not been here the whole show, and you go pull up with a yeet. Come on, Lucci.
Chef, what did you just start?
No, I forget who started that. I think Ralph started it. Listen, but I got something at the top. I'm gonna tease it, so I can definitely have to do it. All of us on the panel go pick one of the greatest Cena rivalries of all time. And then we're gonna kind of unpack it. I think I'm gonna start that, and barring something crazy like The Rock pulling up with a new Versace shirt or something, we're gonna start with that, and then we're gonna recast some Marvel characters with wrestlers that we would put in their place. Yo, Rocky Earth, where the hell you been at the whole damn show? No yeet. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
I'm talking about right there. Yeah, none.
Damn, see, now we got more people than ever in this damn chat. Now, damn, we go keep it cooking. Listen. We go keep it cooking. Listen. Okay, check it out. So let me start with DP. Listen, give me the greatest John Cena rivalry in your opinion. Damn it, we doing it right now. Greatest John Cena rivalry in your opinion, and why?
It is Edge.
Oh,
it is Edge.
Oh, I did not see that coming at all.
He's who kicked it off. Everything else is the remix, baby. Don't forget, Edge slapped John Cena daddy first. Don't forget that.
Ooh.
Edge was the person who knocked John Cena off the mountain when John Cena was running amok in 2006. That is my favorite and best John Cena rivalry. We had rated R going on in the middle of the ring. We had a whole bunch of shit going down. And
that's the first cash in? That's the first cash in ever?
Yep, first cash in ever. Oh, yeah. At the same time, he also cost him the title at One Night Stand. I'm trying to tell you, bro. They're like go back and rewatch that rivalry. A lot of people want to say Randy Orton, but Randy Orton and John Cena remixed a lot of the things that John Cena and Edge did. And they did spectacular matches. If Edge wouldn't have broke his neck, there would be no question on who's the number one rival. They hated each other. I'm talking about disdain, evil, vile, hatred, loved it, blood, destruction, lust, anger. Woo! Everything you could want in a rivalry. Everything you could want in a rivalry. Disdain, just like the way they looked at each other. It was on sight, like Peter Griffin and the chicken. You know what I'm saying? It was on sight.
Nice. That's a great reference.
That's a bar.
Real time.
That is a bar.
Go ahead, man.
We didn't know, to your point, DP, we didn't know at the time because it was the first one, and if that's Vince, it's a stroke of genius, and I'm pretty sure it was. We didn't know that the briefcase could be cashed in at any time.
Exactly.
It said within a calendar year, but for all we knew, we thought that he had to be set up and he had to come out and get a promo. Because Vince came out at the end. If anyone can remember the event, please say it.
So good.
Was it an elimination chamber? What event was it?
Hey, Vince was turned up for that one.
He was lit.
He said he's cashing in his Money in the Bank privilege. Jesus.
And John Cena didn't have a snowball's chance in hell when he caught that spear, that weak ass spear, by the way.
Hell,
Edge, your spear is poop. Word to God, your spear is doo-doo.
It's even worse with that black eyeliner.
Nate said ballhead Randy was vicious over there. Listen, check it out. Listen, that's a great way to start things. Let me go Let me go mine, and it always will be. Let me go more modern. And it's AJ Styles for me. It's AJ Styles. It's AJ Styles. Listen, now a lot of people won't go with that. Let me tell you why I'm going with that. I'm not just doing Elimination Chamber 2017, SummerSlam 2016, my favorite Royal Rumble 2017, Fastlane 2018, Money in the Bank 2016, No Mercy 2016. Now listen, that sounds like a whole bunch of matches, and I ain't even done. They have more matches than that. The reason why I bring up AJ Styles versus John Cena as my favorite John Cena rivalry is this is when John Cena put to bed all that you can't wrestle stuff. One of the greatest bell-to-bell wrestlers to ever live is the great, phenomenal AJ Styles. In that Royal Rumble match and the matches that I just named, John Cena elevated his wrestling game more than he's ever has in his entire career. Because you know why? Because he knew he had to. He knew he had to. He's in the ring with a true professional. He was in the ring with the greatest. He got that 16th title in that Royal Rumble match. And it means a lot that he was able to do it with the AJ Styles. He elevated with that rivalry. He elevated AJ Styles into a household name. He made him a household name because I know people don't want to hear this, but the world knew, but domestically he wasn't as famous. Domestically, AJ Styles wasn't. People had no idea how great he was. They did not know how great he was. And I think when you have a John Cena and you tap a John Cena to go, yo, show people why he's one of the best. John Cena was willing to lose. John Cena was willing to have rubber matches. John Cena was willing to let him get over in promos. There was a lot of things that he did. And I think if you guys look back on those matches between AJ Styles and John Cena, you'll realize that it's they make a lot of magic. They make a lot of magic together. So give me John Cena, AJ Styles. Ralph said AJ carried him like Allen Iverson does a ball. First, that's two egregious comments in one sentence. Let me tell you something right now.
Oh, well, come on.
Let me tell you something right
why,
now.
Why they gotta go
Listen,
there?
let me say it now. Now listen. Allen Iverson is a supremely gifted dribbler. I don't know what the hell you're talking about right now. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Nate said, I have a question for y'all. What is y'all's dream match? Sidebar. Well, listen, my dream match is something that Cody Rhodes is messing up, Nate. That's my dream match. But if you want me to get real good, my dream match actually is MJF versus John Cena. That's my dream match. MJF John Cena with a build. With a build. John Cena MJF. Oh my. To end John Cena's career, by the way, his retirement match. His retirement match. You heard it, damn it. But anyways, Chef, greatest John Cena rivalry. What say you?
I'm going to go with John Cena, Brock Lesnar, simply for SummerSlam 2014. Suplex City, 16 times getting suplexed. He's not playing with that man. That started a whole thing that carried for a long time. Then the next year, there was a triple threat match with my boy Rollins. Tore the house down. That was Royal Rumble 2015. Those two matches alone, and they fought in the early 2000s when Cena was converting to Super Cena, when he was converting, dropping bars and raps and everything. So the fact that they had kind of two rivalries in two parts of two different decades was pretty awesome, so easily for me it's Lesnar. And dream match off the top of my head, it's Ospreay and Rollins.
Whoa fire. Literally, I'm telling you, it will be a classic. Amazing Tribe says Big E was about to skyrocket, lift off until Jabroni Ridge Holland couldn't pick him up and drop him. Listen, that's a definitely. I'm glad I always, whatever you put in the chat, I will read. So that even though it doesn't go what we're saying, it's true, brother. Big E was about to go into a stratosphere, and that definitely derailed him to the point where I don't know if we'll ever get to see him do what he do. Rocky Earth said CM Punk, John Cena. Don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on that one either. JMC, what say you?
Chef, did you mention Extreme Rules 2012 in your Brock Cena?
Bruh.
That one too.
I think Cena should have lost that, but I don't think Brock was committed to being a full-time competitor.
I still can't believe that match happened the way it did. That match was the build was insane. Perfect. When he busted his lip up. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. So
chain wrapped around the fist.
Amazing.
Oh.
Chef took mine, but I can pivot easily because I have 5 written down. Obviously, the easy one, I think, because the longevity was Randy Orton, which no one mentioned, which is wild. But there's not really any one moment there. It was just, those two were the kind of the guy. And then after Orton, like, let's not forget that John Cena brought out Dave Bautista's best promo work of all time, in my opinion. Same with AJ, but CM Punk, of course, like with everything. But mine was tied between Brock, and I'm glad that Chef said it, so I can say that I'm going to go with The Rock because it was only 2 matches. But that, to me, is when John Cena. We knew that he was good. We knew the Doctor of Thugonomics was entertaining and charismatic, but that's when The Rock was coming back. And I think with some of the same tired shtick, although he had some really good jabs and Fruity Pebbles and everything, and The Rock's a megastar, right? To me, that's when John Cena solidified himself as the greatest of all time, because not only, in my opinion, and only my opinion, he outclassed The Rock on the mic almost every week.
He went 8 miles.
But it's not even close.
I don't know who's arguing with you at this point.
A lot of people do, but then they finally came to their senses. They were trying to be cute.
And you watch it
now,
back,
they know.
The Rock was resting on his laurels, but I also think that made The Rock say
he caught him off guard. He caught The Rock off guard. He did.
Yeah. And that's again, Rock did not have to do that. So full respect for The Rock. And now when Seth and Cody hit him with, you're the same old shtick from 20 years ago, that's not true anymore, guys. That's different. I mean, he's morphed and evolved as only The Rock can do. But Cena and The Rock, just the first time they had the balls to say, let's main event WrestleMania 1 calendar year from now, unheard of. I was like, how are they going to do that? It bothered me at first when The Rock won, but, I didn't let it play out. Like, sometimes you just have to let things play out. They had a plan in place, long-term booking, knowing The Rock was working the full-time Hollywood schedule. And I think that promo work and Cena keeping that match fresh, being the one who was on TV every week and keeping that interesting for that long is just a testament to his main ability and to his talent. And the only other thing I want to say is that Karrion Kross fucking sucks.
Oh my dear Lord! Listen, amazing try. Said King Booker with Queen Sharmell versus Almighty Bobby Lashley in the top 5 all-time greatest wrestling matches. A dream match was Triple H versus The Rock Mania 1-on-1. Cena versus Bray when little boy showed up. Listen, I like that you guys are dropping your stuff. You're dropping your dream matches on me because it's really cool. Yeah, MJF Cena with me, that would complete a lot of things for me.
Evidently, we talk about that a lot. That's, to me, Cena ultimately getting retired by MJF. I don't know who else
I would die because he would put
you need to get your shit together, guys. We don't hate, if to the new people, I actually support and I actually still watch AEW, although it's been tough at times. We want it to be successful, but MJF, in my opinion, should have went to WWE this year, but
because it'd be Cena him to this year. I'm telling you.
And now
I'm telling you it would be.
And now that they've met, and Cena's like, maybe we can get you to come play for the right team someday. And I do need to ask Chef though, does Ohio claim John Moxley, or are they?
Oh, good point. Good question.
He's a Cincinnati guy, not
Cleveland.
Yeah, we do. As much as we rag on Cincinnati for being Kentucky, we do claim Moxley. Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, go ahead.
He held it. I mean, like, he's not one of my favorites, but he has his appeal to that audience, and he held AEW down with Jericho the first couple of years in Omega. So you can't fully hate on the guy.
I say it before and I'll say it again. When I say I don't particularly like a wrestler, that got nothing to do with saying the wrestler is bad. It's like I don't like every food. No one does. So like, you know what I mean? You like what you like. He's like Brussels sprouts to me. I'll eat them. But I'll give me some broccoli, give me some asparagus. I'm more happy. Nate says favorite faction. You came in a little bit late, Nate, but it's all good. Listen, I'm all about evolution is a mystery. I think that's the greatest faction of all time. I'm sorry, I can't count the NWO because they put 50 people in there. I'm talking about a straight faction. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about 4 dudes that literally are the evolution of sports and entertainment, brother. What about you, Nate? What you guys say? Where you guys at with that? I think you guys said the Shield. You and DP said Shield, right? Ooh, easily the Shield. Ooh,
Easy.
Jay, who's your
Not
favorite
even
faction, Jay?
I'm so partial to like if it's the original NWO, the impact that Hogan, Hall, and Nash
They were
made on the
huge. They were
industry.
huge.
But to be honest, one of my favorite eras in wrestling history is that 1997 period where no one really knew. The Attitude Era wasn't ushered in yet. Austin was just finding himself. Rock was finding himself. And that original Hart Foundation when Bret was just running amok, heel in the United States and babyface everywhere else. I thought was, and DX wasn't really DX yet, but that Hart Foundation was pretty special to me with Brian Pillman and Owen still in there. That was interesting too. They're one of my favorites. But I would probably have to say Evolution just because of what all four of those guys. There wasn't a weak link in that group. It was just wild.
Listen,
Nate
Nate said
Shawn Michaels, he gave him the sweet chin music in a wheelchair.
Listen, Nate said
Bret Hart could never talk until that year for some reason.
Yeah, he still can't talk. Nate said favorite is Nation of Domination. Jesse said Wolfpack. Lucci said The Shield. Rocky said the Bullet Club OG. Ooh, that's a deep cut right there. I see you. I see you, Nate. You open them can of worms right there. Bullet Club OG. Yeah, I like Evolution just because of the aesthetic, man. I got Batista, Randy Orton, Ric Flair, and Triple H. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Playoffs?
Underrated.
You kidding me?
Oh, the Corporation was amazing. Corporate Rock? Come on.
Ooh, Corporate Rock is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Lucci. Yo, Lucci. No, listen, Lucci. Shout out to the Undisputed Era, man. For real. Shout out to the. No, you said faction. I don't care where it's at, Lucci. We said greatest faction. Listen, listen when they all got draped in gold.
That was hot.
Oh my God, when they all had gold. Oh my Lord, it looks so good. It looks so good. Yo, DP, tell the chat how Adam Cole ended Karrion Kross's career. What'd he say?
That man said, you got the girl, you get the music, you got everything. You know what they do to make Adam Cole feel special? They ring the damn bell.
Bro!
He got fired after that.
Fatality.
Somebody from Pulp Fiction.
Fatality. Flawless victory.
Oh, you know, not to
ever man Saran because it was a rap.
Reynolds.
Never want to take the heat. Never want to take the attention away from Karrion Kross bashing ever. But can we, for just for a minute, because do you guys if you remember how good CM Punk was with the Straight Edge Society, that's his best work to me.
Oh,
great work. Great work from Lord Voldemort. Look at Chef. I am not moved.
When was that? I must not have been watching wrestling.
Hey,
I don't know who was worse, Drew McIntyre and Chef Justin.
Listen, Amazing Tribe, Nation of Domination, Team Bad, Doom, Heart Foundation, Evolution, Wolfpack, DX, Undisputed Era, Swerve, and Our Glory. And that's where how you gonna end with that? How are you going to end? Did you hear all the stuff? Did you see what you typed and you ended with Swerve in Our Glory? Amazing Tribe, are you out of your mind?
And hit send.
Yo, hey, he forgot one. Oh man, Power Trip. Hey, yo, for that.
Okay, listen. Real quick. Let's Swerve on. Let's talk about Swerve. What about give me one of the wackest factions ever? Can y'all do that on the top of your head?
Ooh.
Yep, I sure can. Yeah, I can. It was
Job Squad. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no, 3MB for me. 3MB for me.
Yeah.
3MB for me.
What was the name? It was so whack. I forget their name. It was Sheamus. It was Rusev. It was Cesaro.
Oh my God. I was just thinking about that.
It wasn't the League of Nations. What the hell they call it? I was right. The League of Nations. Oh, doo-doo.
I didn't like Nexus.
Ooh,
I didn't see the appeal either, Chef. And then what was the spinoff? It was like the core, like that. That
was trash.
See, you know, crazy part about it is
that's what the hell that was.
This is what people don't understand about how hard it is to make a faction. Every single one of these people we've named, they're dope wrestlers within the group. 3MB is Drew McIntyre. 2 of 3MB is Drew McIntyre and Jinder Mahal. Like these are quite, but as a faction, not good. Oh, listen, Lucci, that's deep. That I don't know, man. He said the Bang Bang Scissor Gang. Ralph said the Mean Street Faction. Listen, Nate said the oddities.
I thought they were funny as shit.
Heidi Mack, Mrs. RK Bro. I go, what an end of an era, baby. Baby, that was a group that was put together, baby, that everyone was like, huh? And it turned into something special. Turned into something special, man. RK Bro.
Main Street posses.
Y'all some haters for real. Listen, I kept this show going because y'all was in there cooking. Listen, I appreciate all y'all for joining us. Made this real fun. JMC, final word, brother.
I was hoping we could talk about some underrated factions just because I wanted to mention the Spirit Squad because I actually like the Spirit Squad, but that's just me.
It was okay. Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler's up in there, Cleveland boy. Come on now.
Listen, you know me. I'll go crazy, especially when DP with his slick ass mouth talking about my boy.
I ain't saying nothing about it.
Yeah, because it's the way you be. I'd be like, whoa, you be talking the way you be talking about Ziggy.
I ain't gonna say nothing about
there will be no Dolph Ziggler slander on this part. I literally will go nuclear up in here.
Yeah, man, I don't want people to think that we're like overly critical or vulgar on the show because we're none of those things. We support wrestling. We love it. We talk about it in a fun way. But with that said, Karrion Kross fucking sucks. That's all.
Yo, Chef, go ahead.
On a lighter note, I would like to, just take the time to shout out and RIP to Akira Toriyama.
Put him over.
Creator of Dragon Ball, and as a 80s baby and growing up a 90s kid watching TV, I started with I started with Voltron and Sailor Moon and Ronin Warriors, but in 95 when you could come home and put on TV and put on Fox and Fox Kids, and there's this show called Dragon Ball Z. I was like, what is this? And as a young impressionable 13-year-old kid, that changed my life. And the fact that it inspired so many different iterations and further developments of how anime became and how it progressed, just from that man's creation, what he inspired. I don't know if that's going to happen again. So I just wanted to take a second to highlight, Dragon Ball Z and how that shaped me as a person. So I had to wear my Goku because that,
Nothing I love more than someone putting over something like that and losing somebody when you're an icon and you have literally. I can make the case the most popular anime of all time. I can make that case. I definitely can make that case. It's iconic. It was a movement. It was a wave. When your stuff transcends and enters the hood, that's when things get real good. You know what I mean? When the hood embraces stuff like that, and nobody embraces Dragon Ball Z like the hood. Let me tell you, Dragon Ball Z, one of the most iconic animes of all time. Amazing Tribe, Dragon Ball Z, Ronin Warriors, Sailor Moon. Nate said, "Hell yeah, Ronin Warriors." People, if you know. And it was. I'm glad you took the time to speak about it because it was. People, it sounds what you said, this might sound silly to a person that doesn't understand, but certain cartoons, especially for me, certain shows in my childhood, it literally does mold my life. A lot of these things kept me out of trouble. You know what I mean? Great TV shows and great video games kept you
in the house, right? Kept you in the house.
Kept me in the house, and like who knows what would be happening if I was running the streets instead of sitting my butt down watching an episode of Dragon Ball or watching an episode of Inuyasha or watching Ghost in the Shell or watching Akira. Those are the things that I grew up watching. You know what I mean? He-Man and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and like I don't know what I keep it real. So to pay homage to an all-time great is a beautiful thing to do, and taking the time to do so. Shout out to Lucci saying RIP to the GOAT. Back to Lucci saying underrated faction was the Authority, and that is a very sneaky faction as well. The Authority. Not bad at all. Oh, Nate says shout out to the Brood. Shout out to the Brood, for real.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah. Let's put over the Brood first. Shout out to Gangrel.
I would argue that to all three of you guys and everyone in the chat too, because we're all pretty vocal people, obviously. stuff like Dragon Ball Z and obviously professional wrestling, I credit that for a lot of the reasons that I can talk in a job interview or communicate with people, because that instilled confidence with me. I wanted to be like these mythical creatures or these, larger than life characters. And like just some of the words, I'm sorry to mention his name, some of the words that The Rock and Vince McMahon used, mental acumen. I'm like, I don't even know what that means, but through context, I figured it out. I still use it to this day and I sound intelligent because of it, or at least I think I do. So I would argue that like part of your personality and part of the reason all three of you were able to be articulate is because of those things that shaped you in your formative years.
Yo, Nate, a man after my own heart, a movie and a manga people don't talk about, The Guyver, brother. Boy, did I love The Guyver when I was a kid. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? The Guyver? Lord, like I'm telling you, man, people don't understand anime and manga. Lord have mercy. So many people bite off that stuff. People don't even realize. Lord, you don't get Transformers without manga. You know what I mean? You don't get Megatron and Optimus Prime. Let's go, DPJR. Final word on the pod, daddy.
Man, daddy, you know what it is. Hey, let me take the time out of this time you allotted me to give a big special thanks. I heard money, and it came from Mercedes, and she pulled up to Kick Rocks, and she what the Rocks say? Drop that gospel. And everybody ran with it like a baton in a relay race. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Evan Mack had the interview. I gave him the credit for them haters, sucker MCs. But I really appreciate that. And it was amazing. It was an amazing interview, and you did your thing, boy. Just wanted to give you your flowers while we was on this podcast, And follow your boy at the TAG_DPJR on
my God.
Instagram and X on all platforms. You know what I'm saying? It is.
My God. Listen. Shout out to appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, man. You know it means a lot to me. Nate said the live action movie is like Power Rangers with blood. Fret facts. The Amazing Tribe, the Wrath, Transformers, Voltron, Beetleborgs. Shout out to Beetleborgs.
Beetleborgs.
Oh my God.
Beetleborgs.
Yo, Amazing Tribe. I'm trying to get off this pod. I'm trying to get off this pod.
Ultraman.
Oh my Troopers 3 ultra virtual reality trooper. Like, yo, I get the hell off this pod. Listen. Why y'all bringing up the hot shit now? Where have y'all can bring up the hot shit anytime this podcast. You can't bring it up towards the end, man.
Not at the end now.
Damn, I can talk about virtual VR troopers all day long, man. With that whack ass fake that brother Zord on. I don't know. I ain't rocking with that brother Zord on. No, that whack ass nerd. Give me Zord on Rangers. Like, who's that whack Negro with the glasses? Nah. Listen, but appreciate all y'all for joining the chat as per usual. We gonna be back next week, same bat time, same channel. Cutting the promo. The Rock probably gonna drop another 17-minute promo, and I'm all for it. And yo, Rock, stop coming out with that damn custom Versace shit that I can't even locate. Damn it. Listen, it's bad enough I can't afford it. I can't afford it and can't find it. That's an issue. But listen, damn it. We out. Appreciate y'all once again. Kick Rock Wrestling Podcast is gonna be back next week for another rendition. All y'all in the chat are amazing. Lucci, stop saying let's go, Cody. The show is over. We done.